Congratulations, you have a second stimulus deal. That's at least how Nancy Pelosi and Steve Mnuchin are going to phrase it in 48 hours from now. They're going to announce a major deal for your second stimulus check, and they're going to want that hope that all the YouTube channels would do their YouTube thumbnail dance that, oh, we have a deal, we have a deal. Needless to say, the big question is, what's in the deal? Can't tell you. National secret. What do you mean national secret? Top secret. I've been eating top ramen. I need to know what's in the deal. Well, we can't show you. You're elected to show me what's in the deal. You're elected to do numbers and show us numbers. Can't tell you. Sorry. Well, when do we find out the numbers? When when we're gone, when we're on vacation, you can find it out. We'll slide it under your door. What door? I've been evicted. Well, we're working on your November rent, said Nancy Pelosi in an interview this afternoon. November rent? I've been evicted already. What November rent? Well, it'll be a nice stimulus check. So it's so exciting. You finally get a stimulus check for the last 8 months, last 6 months, or just one stimulus check. I'm not going to answer that. It's just too much information. I just don't reveal that. As one viewer said in the comments to this video last night, Nancy Pelosi keeps on talking about working on her language. I have a lot of language to give Nancy Pelosi right about now. Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm here, you're here, and unfortunately, what's not here is the deal items that apparently are a big secret on a deal for your second stimulus check package and second stimulus secretness that is coming in all 48 hours. A deal will be hatched in 48 hours, so claims the parties involved. Not a law, but a deal. But ultimately, you won't see the deal, and they may never show you the deal items. Needless to say, the focus of this recording will be to urge that we demand our deal items, not their deal items. Go to the Funniest channel, subscribe. We are now officially at 300,000 subscribers. Absolutely categorically incredible. 5 months. No one in the history of YouTube has done it. So next up, 500,000. Let's just jump over 400 and just go to 500. That's the Larry Kudlow math. Also, like this video, this will be the most comprehensive and informative video you're going to have today in a day in which there's a lot of developments. And I'm going to try to see if I can get it all in here in 20 minutes. But stay tuned for Purple Power right after this one, because this one's going to be a very important video, Purple Power, because I'm sure you're very confused with what's going on tonight. What's going on tonight is that Nancy Pelosi wants you to be very excited there's a deal. And when you ask what's in the deal, she can say, peanuts? You want some peanuts? How about some... No, you like some peanuts? No, I want stimulus checks. Well, I have some peanuts for you. Is my stimulus check peanuts? No, there's actually... there's just maybe some raisins as well in there. That is basically what Nancy Pelosi is doing to the American public, and so is Steve Mnuchin in the White House. And at this point, the people of the Purple Power should have enough. I do like peanuts, but I like a stimulus check better, and I like multiple stimulus checks, and I'm owed multiple stimulus checks. As you sit here tonight, what's going on? Where are the people? Where are the numbers? And what is happening? And what are they telling us? And more importantly, what are they not telling us? This is the breaking news. The breaking news tonight is that, by all counts, there will be a second stimulus deal announced in 48 hours. If you're new to this channel, thank you for joining me. What I do on this channel is make you very clear about what procedures are involved in politics, because words sometimes are not clear to Americans if they don't know what it means. A deal is not a law. A deal is basically two people saying, I like your hair. I like your hair. No, I really do like your hair. Deal. That is a deal. It didn't do much of anything except a nice lot of compliments. And so what these parties are saying is that in 48 hours, they will have a deal on not their hair. I don't think so. But on stimulus and stimulus relief. And in those 48 hours, will they reveal it to us? Uh, Here's my prediction. No. In my prediction, they will not tell you the deal item numbers. They'll probably talk to you something general. We gave additional money for this and additional money for roads and hair and, lobster. Okay, how much? You're not allowed to see. You have to sign a you have to sign that you're going to vote for me to be reelected. Otherwise, I'm not going to show you the bill. And I think that's really what's going to happen in 48 hours from now. Now, why are they doing this? And is this really much of nothing or something incredibly important? It could be something incredibly important. Nancy Pelosi in the last hour or two and throughout the day, and Steve Mnuchin throughout the day, Mark Meadows and the other members of the White House have said they want the stimulus deal to become a stimulus law before the election. Now, if you pull news reports from the left and you pull reports from the right and poll reports in the middle and pull them from everywhere, they are all going to say all different things. There's no time to do it. They will do it. They won't do it. They're going to do it. They may do it. I'm pessimistic. Bottom line is I really don't care what everyone is talking about. All I care about is what the parties involved are saying. The parties involved are saying they want to make it a law before election night, which is now, 13 days away? So to make it a law before election night would require 3 days. 1 day for a House vote, 1 for a Senate vote, and 1 day for the president to sign it. Now, what happens between the announcement in 48 hours from now that I have a deal and becoming law? That is where we walk in. Oh yeah. Before I recorded this, I was wondering the messaging and I was wondering the focus. And I really got to the sense of, wait a second. It's a deal for them. It's not a deal for us. We didn't agree to these deal terms. And in fact, we're the ones that got you to this point, and we're going to get you to the point that we want you at, or it's no deal for us. And hence, seats for stimulus. If they come to us in 48 hours and have a crappy deal, you know what our reaction is? Goodbye. You're gone. This is not anything I'm going to agree to. And when you attempt to submit it to potentially a floor vote in the House or the Senate, potentially before the election, guess what we're going to do? We're going to say, no vote. Don't vote for this. This is a crappy deal. All you did was... And at that point, we'll deal with it accordingly. Now, here's the rub. We don't know if it's good, if it's great, if it's bad, or if it's okay. The bottom line is, as I sit here today, you may ask my opinion of the situation and my prediction of the situation, but I predict that it'll be one stimulus check. The stimulus check will not be anything that the viewers of this channel are going to be happy with. They're going to call it too small. I'm going to call it too small. And you're going to sit back and say, well, I'd like to have that check. That check is not going to be something that is going to be sufficient for what I'm owed. You were owed multiple stimulus checks on the first stimulus package. They took it out. You were owed a stimulus check for the month of March, April, May. We knew there was going to be 3 months of lockdowns. They took out in the final revision of the bill the other 2 months and just left you with a March check. Moreover, if you're a senior on SSDI, SSI, or Social Security, or railroad benefits, or anyone like that, you didn't even get a stimulus check if you're an adult dependent. Then came June. They said, okay, we will get you your multiple stimulus checks now. They didn't get to them. And they didn't get to FPUC. They let it expire. They have continually not gotten to things. And so now as we sit here in October, Nancy Pelosi in interviews tonight said, we hope to get this out so it pays for your November rent. What? I could say about 7,000 comments about that. First of all, what's going to pay for the November rent? The stimulus check? Or a rent aid? First of all, there's no way that you're going to get the rent aid program up in the next 14 days. So it's definitely not that. We're not going to get the stimulus check by no time in which November rent is done. Third, a stimulus check for $1,200. Most people's rent is more than $1,200 across the country. Third, even if that's supposed to be for November rent, how about my September rent and August rent? Oh, how about my viewers who are homeless because of you? Where does that rent go to? So ultimately, there's a lot of strange, crazy messaging going on. But the point is that I predict that the stimulus check will not be sufficient, and it may not be enough, and it certainly will not be a multiple stimulus check program either. Mark Meadows overnight gave us incredible great news, but it's not the type of news that is still over the finish line. He said that the stimulus package that is currently in the works has additional money added for the stimulus check. Now, that's his phrasing, meaning that it's additional compared to where it was before he made that statement. Well, about a week ago, Steve Mnuchin had raised his stimulus check amount more than the Temple of Doom, who ironically is driving this cart. And so did Steve Mnuchin go down to Nancy Pelosi's number? Did he say at his number, or did he go higher from his number? Mark Meadows seems to suggest that Steve Mnuchin went higher than his last stimulus check number. What is the current number? No one's asking. What is the current number? No one's telling. It's potential that, again, potential, and please don't come back and say, you said the stimulus check. I didn't say it was. I said there's a potential. Steve Mnuchin's last written document about the stimulus check 2 weeks ago said $1,200 for all adults, $1,000 for all children, one stimulus check. That was his last statement in writing 2 weeks ago. But Mark Meadows says more money. Okay, so what does that mean? A $2,000 check for individuals, and it's just one $2,000 check? I don't know. Bottom line is that if it is one $2,000 check and they want to say, congratulations, everyone please praise and bow to me and appoint me the empress of a lifetime because I've gotten you this wonderful stimulus package. We're going to say, who are you? Fish in the corner. It's like, what is this mess you gave us? Measly $2,000 stimulus check. I've been waiting around 6 months for my stimulus check. What is this? No thank you. And at that point, we need to make very vocal and loud that this is not sufficient. Ultimately, what's important to understand is that you do have a voice for one particular reason. There's a lot of people who are not agreeing to what Steve and Nancy are doing. And those are the senators. Tonight, Mitch McConnell's bill that he, talked about for upwards of 5 days, and that other bill that was supposed to be on Tuesday, well, what happened? One, I don't know what even happened to the Tuesday bill. The Tuesday bill that was making me very nervous because I thought he was going to take your executive order money. Either he didn't introduce it, or he forgot about doing it, or it died. So that's done. So no more worried about that. Mitch is not taking your EO money, any executive order money anymore, because the Tuesday bill is gone. The Wednesday bill, today's bill, the one that was the bigger of the smaller bills, the less smaller bill that was announced on Saturday, he had like a marching band for that and confetti and everything. Well, it died a quick death today. It was over faster than a bad Real Housewives episode. It was gone, and you're like, okay, thank you. So that is dead. Ultimately, what we have tonight is a lot of people in the Senate unhappy with where these bills are. You have people in the House who are not happy with where the bills are. And you have us, now 300,000 subscribers, 2 million views a day or something like that. Social media presence of, I don't know what that is, 750,000. I mean, we have a lot of people now that are just not happy with this deal amounts. And so when you hear the deal, if you do in 48 hours from now, I don't want you to say that you're accepting it if you don't want to accept it. So we've gone over deal or no deal. Howie will be walking to the set with the briefcases behind us in a second. But in a 40-minute phone call today, they spent 48 minutes. Wonderful. Steve and Nancy moved closer to being able to put pen to paper to write legislation and are better prepared to reach a compromise on several priorities. Differences continue to be narrowed on health priorities, including language, providing national strategic testing and contact tracing, but more work needs to be done to ensure that schools are safe places for children to learn. Okay, thank you. How about my FPUC? Where's my FPUC? How retroactive is my FPUC? Nancy Pelosi appeared on Andrea Mitchell today and said, when we're done, you'll have good relief, lots of relief, and will be retroactive, you know. And then she put a footnote to her comment. It'll be retroactive like 4 seconds ago. How retroactive is this stuff going to be, Nancy? Is it going to be retroactive to when it elapsed, when it passed, when it expired? FPUC was set to not set to expire. It was supposed to go to July, and then they were supposed to take care of it before it expired. But they went on vacation and expired. You didn't get FPUC for the month of August. And so now they're talking about FPUC starting up in September. I'm optimistic that there will be a bill, Pelosi said. It's a question of, is it time to pay the November rent, which is my goal, or is it going to be shortly thereafter and retroactive? What? What is she? I just, last night I sneezed when talking about her. Tonight I'm coughing back when talking about her. Let me read that sentence again. It's a question of, is it time to pay the November rent, which is my goal, or is it going to be shortly thereafter and retroactive? Did anyone give Nancy Pelosi a calendar? This is a person who lives in a $25 million mansion and has not paid rent for a little while. She has no idea what she's talking about. There's a reason why we need term limits for 85-year-old congressional leaders who have not paid rent or know how rent is paid for the month of November while we're sitting here on October 21st and we can't get the money from Congress in 10 days? I mean, what is she going to hand deliver your November rent? What is this craziness? I mean, this is just, I want Will Blitzer to walk into the sunset. There she is again. She's acting wacky. The day started with the Federal Reserve saying very specifically, we need stimulus right now, and it can't keep on going on. But what is a big issue is that it may continue to go on. YouTube host chokes to death while taping a video about Nancy Pelosi. News at 11. It's okay. I'm back. Nancy Pelosi is just, whether you're sneezing or coughing, it's a whole effort dealing with her madness. The new CNBC report tonight says that there will be no ability to get the deal done before the election, which is ironic because the article actually has quotes from both sides that says it will get a vote done by law before the election. The big issue as we sit here tonight is there's so many moving forces about the deal after it is formulated to getting to law. What you need to understand is that there's a way to get a deal to law. You have the House vote on one day, the Senate vote on the next day, and Congress vote on the day after. Let's try that again. The House vote on it, the Senate vote on it, and the President sign it the third day. But if no one wants to vote on it, if no one calls the vote, it doesn't get voted on. And guess who that person would not be calling the vote on it? His name is Mitch McConnell. There's new reports today that Mitch McConnell does not want to call the vote on it, that will not put it up for a vote, that thinks that Nancy Pelosi is trying to use stimulus as a way to eat up the oxygen of Judge Barrett's nomination. Let me explain to you how this Judge Barrett Nancy Pelosi game is working. It's a little complex and it's not so obvious. The first way it's working is that Nancy Pelosi is trying to talk about stimulus every 10 seconds, unlike ever before, because she wants it to be focused on her subject matter and not be focused on Judge Barrett. Judge Barrett, for purposes of Republicans, looks like a big win, and they want to ride the enthusiasm of a Judge Barrett win. In turn, Nancy Pelosi is trying to focus America on Judge Barrett and focus on stimulus, and that will change the messaging of who has done something really great in the last few days. Basically, she's trying to take a distraction, take attention and publicity and airtime away from the Judge Barrett excitement for the Republicans and put it more on the Democratic position of getting stimulus. That's the first one. The second idea that Mitch McConnell is very worried about is that he thinks that Nancy Pelosi is going to send this deal to the Senate And that ultimately the GOP leaders, and he actually did say this today in an interview, that the GOP members in the Senate are going to cannibalize each other. They're going to go after each other because some are going to want to approve and vote on the deal. Others are not going to want to vote on the deal. It'll make the GOP go after one another, and it'll make themselves look divisive going into the election, and will hurt the GOP and hurt the president. It's a very, very well documented theory and belief. It has been reported on in a lot of news articles in the last 2 weeks. You've heard it on this channel for upwards of about a month. Finally, the big question is, what would then happen if we don't have it by law and we don't have it formulated into law before the election? When would you see it formulated? Hence, executive orders. Hence, executive orders. I didn't mention them in this video to the 19-minute mark right now, but that's why I'm leading with them on Purple Power. Purple Power is going to show you why executive orders are the most important factor as you sit here tonight, because ultimately this may be a big setup to get much of nothing, because ultimately no one may vote on this until after the inauguration. Let me answer some incredible questions from last night. Nancy, one check, even as large as like putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. Thais, we need to, again, to vote to help American. Chris Eamon, I'm my politician. I'm a person of little means. And as time goes on, I have less and less. Jack Ferreras, wasn't that done a long time ago? This is bull. Darlene, he said adults and children. I think that means dependents, not everyone. Lucille, the people need help now. Lynn, again, we're not going to believe it until the money's on our bank account. Well, yeah, that's not the purpose of this channel. This channel is not to report when things are in your bank account. This channel is to report where things are on a national level. Wanda, they're just pacifying the people to keep them quiet about executive orders. I like that comment. Great comment, Wanda. Gilbert, a bunch of extended blah blah. Rich, get rid of Nancy Pelosi. She wants language. I have plenty for her, and it's not nice. Get rid of her. That was the comment I saw. Who said that? Rick Lassiter. Great comment, Rick. EQ, our country's in jeopardy by these Republicans and Democrats. Robert Rowling, sounds like the price will go up for dependents and children. Only as a smokescreen, it sounds like one check instead of multiple. Amen. Tracy Pulakos, enough is enough. Why shouldn't they have done it at the beginning? Stop them. Maybe they should focus on caring for the people. Amen. If you have not, go to the front of this channel, subscribe. This incredible community, we all think alike and we all help each other. Also, like this video. Coming up next is Purple Power. You have to tune in for that video. It's going to be a big one. It's really going to be a big one. And then join me tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the new blockbuster show on this channel. Early mornings, LA Late. 2 videos every morning, start at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay of LA for more.